Hi, Connie and Skye.
Hi.
Okay, and Connie?
So my name is Connie, and I'm a Canadian Yoga Alliance member since not sure what year. Been teaching for a few years now, living here on Vancouver Island, teaching locally. Um,
That's
and
great.
what?
And
And
Skye?
I'm Skye, again, a Canadian Yoga Alliance, registered there with the 500 hour. I live on Vancouver Island, and I've been teaching since 2014, but practicing for a lot of years and enjoying the benefits of yoga.
Connie and Skye, mom and daughter.
Yeah.
A lovely combination. So our topic for Canadian Yogi is the heart-mind connection, and your take on the heart-mind connection as yoga teachers. So let's start with Connie.
Well, I find for me, the heart mind connection brings me to a place where I can let go of the chaos, maybe of whatever's going on in my life, and I can bring that all together and find some calm and bringing my awareness more into the now, the present moment, instead of worrying what was or what might be, and just enjoying the now helps me to find that balance that I can really focus on this present moment.
And
Yeah.
Skye.
I think it's definitely it's about finding balance, right, with the heart and mind, and just even balancing all of your chakras through yoga. I think that you kind of learn how to view the world and experience life more from your heart instead of letting your mind analyze everything.
And so when you're doing your postures and when you're teaching your classes, do you factor in your heart and your mind energy in every class or in
Absolutely.
your classes? How does that work?
Yeah.
Do you make a conscious effort of doing that?
Yeah. I find personally to prepare before class, so making sure my energy is calm and I'm ready to share all things that are positive with the people that come to class, um, just in preparation, and then able to bring the connection between how I feel and portray that into the class, changing the energy or calming it down if people have maybe had a bad day at work or stressed out with little kids at home or whatever's going on in their life. I want my classes to be a place of refuge and a place where they can find that ease and balance to maybe counteract some of the stresses in their life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think even just starting every class by taking a few moments, right? Taking a few moments to connect your heart, your mind, your whole body. I think that's one of the most important things, is starting your class out with that intention, right? And taking the time to balance that, taking the time to notice that, taking the time to tune in to what your heart and your mind are sitting at, right? And I think it's always so amazing checking in after a class to see how that shifts throughout your yoga practice. Yeah.
So when you ladies are teaching a yoga class, how do you respond to people's energy in that class? So say you have students that are emotionally balanced or stable, and you can see there's a sense of calm, but then you have others that are bringing in, their daily grief into that class. So how can you help them to? I would imagine that you, as yoga teachers, you can sense when there's tension, in a individual in the class. So what do you do to bring that person or in a class situation to that calm state?
I think for what I've noticed is when we all come together and we're all on the mat, bringing our breath in line, bringing the pranayama in so we can take in what we need and release what we don't. There becomes a synchronicity that happens, and it usually takes a few moments for people to settle in. You can see them starting to melt into the mat, and when you feel that the breath is in line with the energy you're trying to create, then you've got unity within the class, and then it's an amazing thing to let that breath bring you into the movement. And I've experienced that many times. As you say, you get, a few people come in and they're real wired or whatever, but the breath and the music, of course, sometimes it's silence. Some people need the silence, but often just the tones and the vibration of the music can even help as far as bringing a synchronistic feel to the room.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing too. I mean, I think you kind of come to your class with the intention to be a channel of peace, and yoga is so personal. So every person is in that room dealing with something at the time, and I think to make the practice your own is pretty important, to remind people not to be looking at the person next to them and not to be comparing, really focusing in on yourself. And I know even for myself, when I've attended classes or when I've taught, there's such a difference from the beginning to the end of that, right? I think you go into teaching a class with just such a big intention of being that channel of peace, and that you can share that and then after that you let people do their own practice. You let it be their own, and you let them sort through what they need to in the day, right? So I think helping with that through breath work, and even just getting a feel. Sometimes you'll go in to teach a class and you'll have a plan, and immediately you can feel that that's not what's needed, right? Maybe that day you feel like there needs to be more intention and more awareness brought to the breath, so you can bring people down and bring people into their own bodies. Often there's a big shift, right? I'd say every class you're always feeling better after, and you're feeling the room is a more peaceful space.
And so would you say that the heart-mind connection is, they work together in all yoga classes, and it's your job as a yoga teacher to create this heart-mind connection to the students, or to teach them how to make the connection?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, that's an important integral part of your class.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that body awareness, right? Yeah.
And when the breath, I often say in class, when the breath and the body begin to dance, and you allow the breath to lead, the body follows, and it's fluid and it's easy. It's that perfect balance between effort and ease. We move into a posture, not struggling, not straining, but allowing the breath to take us to the edge, but not over, as I often say. So finding that ease where the connection is there, the mind is calm, the body is stable, there's mobility, the breath is ease, and then you've arrived, and it's a good thing. Yeah.
So then would you say that yoga is a remedy to balance the heart and the mind energy, and for maybe people that are having mental mental illness? They consider it an illness. It's not like a disease. It's an illness. It is, in a sense, it is a disease. A mental depression, etc. So doing yoga helps to balance, and can help, in certain cases of mental depression or.
Well, I think yoga is so much about the breath, right? And if they say that he who controls the breath controls the mind, right? And I think, so many of these mental issues, it's because the mind is just gone.
And do you think that's because of the fast-paced society that we live in, the fast-paced world that we live in?
Yeah.
So when we come to our class, when we're on the mat, we can move to now, from a human that's doing, that's rushing, that's doing, driving here, doing this, doing that, and then move ourselves to that, to our true nature as a human being, and just be, and allow this moment to be what it is, and not try to alter it, not try to examine it, just allow, and then that being becomes
So
our
a
practice.
human being.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Not a human doing,
doing.
a human being. I
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much, ladies. That
Thanks
was
for having
very
us. Fun.
informative, and it was lovely to see you both. And
Thank you.
thank you. We look forward to the next class.
Awesome.
I do.
See you there.
Bye.
Bye.